Alright, so I'm about to put my lettuce seeds into my tray, but I wanted to go over kind of a tip that I use when saving and storing my seeds. What I like to do is keep them in a labeled container. So this is my lettuce container. These are actually used for the storage spaces inside toolboxes, but they're the perfect size for seed packets, and each seed packet I have placed inside a sealed snack bag size baggie. Reusable, fantastic. You can either write on the outside of the baggie, but what's great is you can see exactly what seed packet you're dealing with, and it keeps the moisture out. So I package them like this, and then I keep them in a small seed refrigerator. So just one of the really small refrigerators. That way the seeds will stay fresh and their germination rates will stay high. Seeds that are left out and exposed to sunlight, heat, and moisture, the germination quality starts to decrease pretty quickly if your seeds are exposed to those types of elements. So keep the moisture out, keep them cool, and they will last longer. Seeds are usually meant to be planted within the year that they're stamped for, but if kept in the right conditions, they can last for years. And I've had success planting seeds that are as old as 5 or 6 years old. But you have to kind of just be willing to test the germination rates on those. So I keep them in baggies like this. And some seeds, especially really tiny seeds like lettuce, can come in two forms. One is just the regular seed form, which is very tiny and difficult to handle if it's windy. So take that into consideration, what your weather conditions are when you're planting, so you don't just lose a handful of seeds to the wind. But regular lettuce seeds are really tiny. So are other seeds like broccoli, some of the brassicas and things like that. But you'll see how miniature these seeds are. They're very light, very small, so they can blow away in the wind, and they are also conveniently the same color as your potting medium or your soil. So sarcasm there. If you put a seed in and then you can't see it, and then you're like, I don't know, did I put a seed in that one or not? I'm not sure. If your eyes are really good and you can see it, then, you know, congratulations. But it can be hard sometimes once you start planting out to see exactly where the seed landed or whether it's in there. So an option is to get your seeds pelleted, and you can hear the pelleted seeds are seeds that have been coated in a biodegradable coating that will allow you to plant the seed out. They're much larger, you can see. You can put this into your potting medium and you can see it. It's very large and you can be like, okay, for sure, I planted that. The thing is, these can hold 2 and sometimes even 3 seeds inside. So as they start to germinate and come up, you'll have to go through and thin out the seedling that's the least healthy. So if you get 2 that pop up or even 3 that pop up, make sure that in your cell tray you're only keeping 1 healthy seedling per cell. If you crowd them or if there are too many growing in there, it's going to be hard to separate them later, and they're going to compete for nutrients and resources. So it might be hard. I know that it's still hard for me every time I have to like sacrifice a seedling, but your other seedling, the healthier one, will be better off for it in the long run if you do. So just a heads up on seeds and what pelleted seeds are versus non-pelleted seeds. If you have a hard time handling really small seeds, or if you're dealing with children that need to help out and they are having a really hard time with the small seeds, then choose the pelleted. They're easier to work with. One not necessarily recommended over the other. I suppose it's just a matter of personal preference, how many you're planting, all kinds of stuff. But just so that you know there is a difference, and when you see that in a seed catalog, you'll now understand what pelleted means.